All right, my name is Bruce Berriman. I work at Caltech in Pasadena. I'm the NASA representative on the IVOA Executive Committee. I'm the chair of the IAU Functional Working Group on the Virtual Observatory, and also I'm the IAU representative to CODATA. All right, the first question I want to answer is, what is the VO? The most succinct description I know of has been provided by my colleague Pepe Fabiano at CFA, a multi-wavelength digital sky that can be searched, visualized, and analyzed in new and innovative ways. It's essentially an ecosystem of interoperating tools and services deployed by worldwide data centers rather than being an actual archive itself. VO is built on open access and discovery protocols that form the plumbing. Now, the protocols themselves are developed by the International Virtual Observatory Alliance. It was founded in 2002 at a meeting in Garching in Germany, and you can still find the proceedings from that meeting online at Amazon. Now, its overall mission, as stated in the book in 2002, and it's still the same today, is to facilitate the international coordination and collaboration necessary for the development and deployment of astronomical archives as an integrated and interoperating virtual observatory. Its goal is to make data sets discoverable and accessible to everyone. Inclusivity is a central theme of the VO. Institutional membership is open to all nationally funded VO projects and international organizations who seek funding from their national agencies. The IVO itself has no central funding. Membership's grown from 3 founding members in 2002 to 24 in 2024. The newest members are the SKAO and the Kazakhstan VO. These 2 members are excellent examples of the diversity of organizations within the IVOA. One is a huge radio telescope, the other is a very active virtual observatory in a developing country. There's also been an expression of interest from the Jordanian VO. So more on the Kazakhstan VO. They've been busy making their archival observations VO accessible, including data acquired at the robotic telescopes located at the high-altitude Asi-Turgen Plateau, which you can see in this picture on the top left, as well as many archival photographic data sets. Many of these data will be valuable in studying the long-term time history of many astrophysical sources, and they're providing a valuable service to astronomy. So how does the IVOA go about doing business? Briefly, work focuses on semi-annual hybrid interoperability workshops that are open to all. You don't have to be a resident in one of the member countries. Anyone can take part. The member countries have seats on the exec committee and vote for the leadership of various groups, but anyone can actually join into the meeting. One meeting is in the northern spring of each year, and the other is in the northern fall, usually consecutive with the ADAS meetings. We do try to avoid registration fees as far as possible to encourage attendance. The next meeting is in Malta in November, and the previous meetings have been in Sydney, Australia in May of 2024, Tucson, Arizona in November of 2023, and Bologna, Italy in May of 2023. There is a formal process we go through for approving protocols that you can see in the chart on the right-hand side. Standards involve developing, documenting, and reviewing through a formal process. The standards are developed by working groups, coordinated by a technical working group. A committee for science priorities recommends science drivers to the executive committee, and the whole organization is seen by the executive committee itself. Now our vision for the IVOA is ultimately to enable new science by engaging the international community to ensure that data are sustainable and accessible, and ensuring that data are in line with FAIR principles. Let me briefly describe FAIR principles, since it's the subject of a lot of work in the international community in many disciplines. FAIR stands for Findable, Accessible, Interoperable, and Reusable. It's a set of 15 criteria that, when met, will support the mechanics of machine access to data. The IVO has already made considerable progress in FAIR principles, and you can learn more about it in this talk by Simon O'Toole that's freely available on YouTube. So I've told you about how people can take part, how we go about doing business. What about the services that are available? So there are many freely available tools. No, they're open, they're accessible by any of them, by anyone. You're likely to know of many of them. Aladdin, ESA Sky, and Topcat and Firefly are shown here. They all intend to aggregate and display multiple data sets, and they are used worldwide. An example of data, or a very good example of data, is Gaia. These data are only accessible through VO protocols. The worldwide community has taken full advantage of them to publish a total of over 9,000 papers as of September 2023. And it's not just people from huge data centers, it's also people from developing countries have taken full advantage of them. Here are just 4 such papers that I found from a quick search on ADS. So let me move on to engagement with the IAU, which is central to our goals. In particular, 2 goals that are listed in the IAU plan and that I've italicized in the chart here: fostering inclusiveness and education and global development. In support of these aims, a VO working group within Division B was formed in 2021. The same year, the IVOA signed an MOU with the IAU OAD to support these aims. The agreement came about because of a joint IAU OUD project, Astronomy from Archival Data. Now, this project, which was run by Priya Hassan from Hyderabad, was extraordinarily successful and received 915 responses from all over the world, including many people from developing countries. And that's certainly something that students wanted to see happen. The project took place over 6 months remotely during the pandemic. It featured everything from live Zoom sessions and lectures, which led to students selecting projects and mentors, and then finally the students presented their projects at the end of the workshop. IVOA members were among the presenters, and VO tools, such as the ones I mentioned earlier, featured prominently in the workshop. It released a total of 80 videos that you can all find on YouTube, freely available. I also recommend a talk by Priya Hassan entitled "The VO in Education, Data Accessibility in Developing Nations and Access by Underprivileged Groups Within Developed Nations," at the Division B session entitled "Community Engagement, Open Science and the Virtual Observatory," which will be held on August 12th from 10:30 to 12. Priya is an excellent speaker, and I recommend you try and listen in to her if your schedule allows it. University of Heidelberg in Germany has developed a semester-long class on using VO tools. It's been made publicly available, so you can download it and carry out all the exercises. The screenshot on the right-hand side is a screenshot from one of these exercises that you can simply go through in your own time. And it's recommended as a way to learn how to use VO tools on your own. Finally, there's going to be a satellite workshop at this General Assembly aimed at students and educators in Africa, be held on August 14th, and will emphasize a lot of hands-on tutorials for VO tools. There are many other educational resources within the VO, from summer schools, workshops, and so on. They're all posted on the IVOA education site, and you can download them and work through all the examples as well. We have fewer resources for training developers. The principal resources that document on publishing the VO. The reason this has come about is that many of the developers in data centers were actually participating in the VO from its very early days. We now recognize, though, that we have to train developers and astronomers in new communities that are not necessarily members of the VO. And so we're setting about seeking funding for such workshops on publishing in the VO that are going to be based on the VESPA VO workshops for planetary science that have been held by the Observatoire de Paris. So altogether, we invite everyone to stay connected and get involved in the IVOA. We have a feed from what is formerly known as Twitter for Facebook and Slack as well. In fact, the Slack channel features a special channel on Ask Anything You Want about the IVOA, which is useful to newcomers. We also have a newsletter that we try to publish twice a year that describes new services and science done with the VO. And the screenshot you see there in the middle is taken from one of the newsletters. So finally, I invite everyone dive in and take part. If you're interested in learning more, please get in touch with me or any member of the IVOA executive. We'd be happy to talk to you. So thank you very much.